Welcome to Game Make Corp, a bi-weekly podcast where we reach into the Omagosphere and pull out the next great video game idea. I am the CEO of Game Make Corp, Bryce.
And I'm the CEO of Game Make Corp, Beckers.
Last time on this very podcast, we made the video game Right to Bear Arms. How'd that do?
How'd that do, Bryce?
Yes.
Well...
Uh-huh. Yes.
So...
Right to
Bryce,
Bear Arms. Bear Arms.
People got angry at me. Who did?
Who did?
You did.
I
Bryce
did?
got angry at me because
Okay.
I named the game after an amendment. The Second Amendment, I'm pretty sure.
I love them.
I think that one's the right to bear arms one, right?
Sure.
Yeah. It's 12:08.
They should have done it in letters. It should have been the B
amendments.
The B amendment.
B for bear arms.
Yeah.
Okay, from now on this podcast, you and me, we're going to refer to them as lettered. For all the other times that we bring up the amendments to the United States Constitution. Amendment B is the right to bear arms, just because I imagine that, it's good that we finally get a good shorthand down for this with how often we bring it up. It gets tedious how often we, get confused about it. So it's 12:08 a.m. and we're just starting 12:09 and we're just starting this podcast. And Bryce gets cranky if he doesn't get enough sleep because he doesn't usually stay up past 9 p.m. because he's old. Yep. And that's why earlier when he said Omagosphere instead of Imagosphere, we just went with it and we're gonna let that go and we're not gonna make him re-say it. So now I want you to go back and listen to it and realize that I'm right and we're all going to laugh at Bryce together. Got him. It's too late to change it now. He has to accept it.
Okay.
Do you have a game idea?
But first, did you know that you, listeners, watchers, undercover agents, can submit video game ideas to us on Twitter using the hashtag Game Make Corp. It's cool. It's school. It's do it in the pool.
What? I like it, actually.
Okay. You kind of went one way and then came back
That's
around.
not what I didn't mean anything by that. I meant I just meant like, wow, that's ridiculous. Actually, I kind of like how that sounds.
Okay.
That's all I meant. And we're going to move on.
Okay, then.
It's 12:10.
Are you going to just constantly tell
No,
everybody?
I'm not. No, I'm not. Everybody doesn't need to know what time it is when we recorded this. It's fine. Let's just go. Let's move on. What's your game idea?
Did you read Goosebumps? The Goosebumps books?
Yeah, like one or two of them.
Okay.
And then I watch the show sometimes.
See, yes, I did not.
Wait,
I didn't.
that was Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure.
One time I did a Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventure book, and it was spooky.
Ooh. Did you? Okay. You went so many places. I've never read the books. I did see the show, and I'm 90% sure this is the Goosebumps show, and it's not Are You Afraid of the Dark? It is Goosebumps, although I will say Are You Afraid of the Dark better than Goosebumps, much spookier. I have been scarred by Are You Afraid of the Dark. Goosebumps was like, okay, I see what you did.
I tell you what, actually, I'm just remembering something.
Okay.
I had a Goosebumps movie. I had a Goosebumps movie. It had like that.
Jack Black?
It had something to do with a mask.
Okay.
Google says it came out in 2015. That's not right.
There was a recent Goosebumps movie, and then it had a sequel that I don't think had Jack Black in it. Or if it did, I just think it had nothing to do with the plot of the other one, which the other one was fine. I liked it. It had a cool twist. But what's I'm gonna ignore what you were going on about a movie and all of that because I want to focus on there was a TV show and an episode I watched. I'm gonna spoil an episode of the Goosebumps TV show, maybe, because I'm not 100%. I'm gonna spoil an episode of a TV show that I watched when I was younger. And here's how it went. In this TV show, which I'm 90% sure is Goosebumps, there was a kid. He moved into a house that was owned by a really wealthy dude. But like the house was just like meh. And him and his mom move in and they're in the new town and the kid gets picked on by this mean kid like who lives down the street, and he's just throwing rocks at him and saying that his farts smell so bad. And then at this one point, the bully takes his bike. He takes the we're gonna call the kid who moved to the new house. We're gonna call him Jimmy Neutron, and we're gonna call the bully Blatherston. So Blatherston took Jimmy Neutron's bike and he smashed it up with some rocks or something. And then for some reason, Blatherston wasn't happy with that. And he comes over to Jimmy Neutron's house. Also, Jimmy Neutron was scared of the basement. This is important. He just kind of was like, man, that basement seems real weird. There was like a heater in the basement that made noises and that freaked him out. But
I don't go into my basement for that reason.
Basements are inherently weird. Unless they're furnished and have like cool entertainment systems, then they're dope. All basements should be like that. Okay, so Blatherston's comes over to probably pick on Jimmy Neutron again. He goes into the basement, and then to scare him, Jimmy Neutron turns off the lights in the basement, and then it turns out that there was a monster in the basement, and it eats Blatherston. And like Jimmy comes down later looking for Blatherston. He's like, "Oh, are you still down here?" The monster comes out. He's like, "Hey, I ate your friend. I ate your bully. He was a dick kid. He deserved it. But also, I just want to eat people. I want to make this clear. Like, I am a monster in your basement. I want to eat some people. I won't eat you. We're gonna work a deal out here. I'm not gonna eat you. You're gonna get me people. I'm gonna eat those people, and I will give you whatever you want for them." He's like a genie whose like powers are fueled by
basements,
by like human souls, and to show the monster like, you know, was the man of his monster of his word. He gives the kid a bike. He gives the kid the bike that was smashed up, and it's like, "Hey, look, here's the bike. The kid was mean. He broke your bike. Here's a new bike. I'm a good monster. I'm gonna murder everybody. I do need you to bring people in the basement, turn off the lights because I'm a monster. You can't, like, I'm scared of the light. It's a whole thing. Turn off the lights. I come out. I eat them. I give you stuff. You just tell me what you want. Like, you'd be like, hey, I would like a jet ski. And then, you know, come down to the basement, say, jet ski, bring person to basement. I eat them. Here's jet ski. This is the relationship we're going to have. And then I think the episode ended with, like, his mom coming home later. And him, like, his mom's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get the laundry from the basement," because there's laundry machines down there or something. and then the kid just kind of like eyes the light switch because like the light controls are at the top of the stairs. And he's kind of like eyes it and he goes like, "Ooh, am I gonna turn it off?" And stuff. So this is the setting of the video game.
Oh gosh, we've only begun.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So here I want to continue from that moment. From that moment where you know that the relationship that you are in. You are the kid. You are Jimmy Neutron. This is again continuing the great lineage of Jimmy Neutron. You can name him whatever. You can be
James Neutron.
James
Proton.
Oh, okay.
He's more positive. He's a happier person.
I mean, Jimmy Neutron was in general a very happy dude.
I thought he was more neutral, kind of in the middle.
No, let's see. He had the two friends. Actually, you're right. You're right, actually, because he had two friends. One of them was very hyper and excited, and the other one was a real downer. And Jimmy Neutron
wasn't his name like Jimmy Electron or something?
Yeah,
the guy was a real downer.
Yeah, they're all called Jimmy, and that's how they became friends.
Negative. Very negative person.
Do you ever notice that in like high school that like if kids have the same first name, they're automatically like best friends? Like you have two Amy's in your class, they're like, we're the Amy's now. And we're the No?
Every other Becca I've ever met, I hated her. And it was because she had my name.
Okay.
There can only be one. And there's a lot of us. So if your name I'm sorry. Actually, I forget where I am. My name's Beckers.
Okay.
There's only one of me.
Okay. So we have the setting in place. You're the kid. You have a basement monster who will give you whatever you want. You do have to feed it souls, people. Put them in there. Okay. Have you seen... Okay, I haven't seen Death Note. Have you seen Death Note?
Oh, yeah. I even watched the live-action movie.
So, I feel like this is going to be a Death Note style situation. Because,
but instead of writing their name in the notebook, he brings them to their basement?
Yeah. Because, like... You know, there's no reason that a person's gonna go, hey, this guy was murdered by this person because he wrote his name in a book. No person's gonna do that.
We should
maybe
explain what Death Note is for those of our listeners who aren't weebs.
Okay, why don't you hit that for me?
So hit that. Wow. Okay. Okay. Just kidding. I don't know.
Never record after midnight. We're like gremlins. You shouldn't have us after midnight.
The best time to have someone is after midnight. Death Note is an anime where a dude finds a notebook that was dropped by a death god, and whenever he writes someone's name in it while thinking of their face, they die. However he writes in the notebook, or they just die of a heart attack if he doesn't write how they're gonna die. And that's Death Note. That's it.
Okay. I wonder what happened if he wrote like dies of old age. Would they suddenly age? Could you make that someone like live forever if you
longer?
Said, yeah.
What if you said they die 500 years from now? Yeah. I wonder.
Come on, Death Note. Ask the hard questions. Don't do just like,
I can't believe he didn't try that.
I mean, it would take a while to like find out if it works or not, but
yeah, just pick like somebody who's really old and then do that, or someone who's about to die, like go to the hospital, be like, hey, who's that guy that's dying right there?
Yeah, and then you have the further question of like, would they then not be able to die up to that point? If you shot them, would they be fine?
Be invulnerable.
Yeah.
Wow, we're not talking about the game we were making before right now.
No, we're talking about somehow using Death Note to make a team of superheroes. Using he died from being too strong and saving too many lives.
After he saved his 1,000th life in the year 374 million. Wow, that wouldn't be actually, he wouldn't save that many people if it took him that long.
After
Game Make Corp After Dark.
After he used his enormous strength to create world peace, then he dies. That's what it read in the Death Note. Yeah, you could do some cool super. Okay, anyway, so I see the kid goes missing. The people are like, "Oh, where's the kid?" I don't know if the show goes on long enough for the people to go, because I think there's like, where's the kid at, and then that's as far as they go. It doesn't.
Where's your face at?
Okay. But
God.
So I think this is
sometimes I'm just like, what's wrong with me? I don't know.
I want this to be a game where you are trying to lure people into your basement and do it in such a way because for each person you lure into your house, you get stuff, you build resources.
And then you can lure more people with the resources.
Yes. But then also, I feel like at a certain point, the thing that makes this harder than Death Note, because Death Note, dude, you don't have to be anywhere near the situation. Everybody does have to come over to your house.
So it's trackable.
Yeah, so because people could go, well, everybody who dies does seem to be in this one place. I wonder if it's related. I mean, the advantage of it is, though, that if the cops do come over to investigate, you just turn off the light while they're down there, and then, that goes away. But then I do think they send more cops. And then you say, I think they're in the basement, and then you turn it again. And then you get a bunch of money. You ask the monster for a bunch of money.
You change your name. You move to Tibet.
No, you need the house. The monster can't move. He has. I don't.
Can the monster move?
I don't know. No, I don't know how that works. Also, I want to one day explore how you can haunt an apartment building. That's a teaser for some future time. Okay, so I want a bunch of money. Then I have hire a contractor to build a door that's straight to the basement. And then
to the bedroom?
Yes. Why
would
you go?
There's usually a door that's already straight to the bedroom.
Anyway, straight to the basement, leading outside. And then I'm going to have them put up super defenses all around the house.
If it has a door to the outside, I think that makes it a cellar and not a basement.
Well, fine. Then it becomes a cellar.
Get your terminology right.
The monster's down there regardless.
And he can only live in a basement. So now the monster disappears as soon as you put a door to the outside.
That's no. He's there. He just wants to eat the people. So you put the door on the, cellar. And I don't know if that's true either. I think you can have a basement that can be accessed by a door. I don't think that's true.
I think it is.
I don't think it is. And I don't know why you're think it's so funny that you're wrong. Okay. Then you heavily defense the rest of the house. I do think that you probably do turn off the lights when your mom is down there at the start of the game, because I do feel like that this game would be really hard to do all these things if your mom was around and wondering what's going on. Maybe that's hard mode. Maybe that's a different challenge. Is you have to murder all these. You have to lure these people in the basement. You don't do any murders. You just turn off the lights and then get some stuff. It's fine. It's okay. But you do probably put some heavy defenses around the upstairs area, because at a certain point, the cops are going to come and they're not going to go, well, this is our 10th team that we did send to this guy's house. He is a 10-year-old, but I did also watch the movie Home Alone, and I don't trust 10-year-olds after that. But then, so you have heavily defensed upstairs, but the basement door, wide open. SWAT team's like, this isn't a Macaulay Culkin. He's a real dumb boy. Look at him. He left the door open. But then you turn off the lights, and then the SWAT team, it turns into tickets to Disney World.
A basement has half of its above ground level, when only half of it's below ground level. A cellar is entirely below ground level. That's the difference between a basement and a cellar.
So a basement can have a door to outside.
However, a door from the outside into the basement is called a cellar door. So, and I want to tell you that while I was Googling this, one of the most common searches was, do basements have to have exits? And I wanted you to know that.
Do basements have to have exits? I feel like they do, because if they don't have an exit, aren't they just a hole? Not even a hole. What? It would just be a
foundation?
Yeah, there'd just be a hole with no way in or out. It's nothing. They don't even have a word for it, because it's nothing that no one would want to deal with. That's just the hole we dug and then filled in because it was nothing. We were trying to make a basement that you can't access.
That's one of the levels of hell, is you just dig basements and then you fill them back in, and then you dig them again.
Yeah.
And then you fill them back in again. And then you dig them again. And you fill them back in again.
I feel like Becker's has a very different energy in the After Dark situation.
Game Make Corp After Dark. Yeah. I want that to be our episode description.
Okay.
Game Make Corp does an After Dark episode. Should I turn the lights off? No, I'm not getting up. All right, let's move on. All right. Are we ready?
Do you think anybody reads the episode descriptions?
I do. So it will entertain me.
Okay. Did you like my game idea?
No.
Okay, fine.
That's not it.
Fine, you do it.
All right, I do it. I'll do it. Actually,
I'm going to heckle you.
I'm going to throw this out. Well, that would be very mean, because it's not even my game idea. It's a game idea that my very dear friend gave to me, named Rachel, from the Twitter account Rachel with Cats. She suggested the game Watergate Simulator. So unless I'm missing something, probably this refers to the Watergate scandal.
Really? Because it was a hotel. You run the Watergate Hotel.
Okay, so there's two options for this game. Either you run the Watergate Hotel, and that's the game. It's a simulator. And I'm 89% sure that exists. Not maybe the Watergate Hotel specifically. So I'd have to do some research about the unique aspects of that hotel that would make it different from any other hotel simulator.
Okay. Okay, can I make
Okay. Yeah, interject.
Okay, I want to make a pitch for the water. Obviously.
Oh my gosh.
The Watergate scandal, people know. You can explain what the Watergate scandal is in a minute, but I actually want to make a pitch for the Watergate Hotel Simulator game.
Okay, this is game 2A. This
Yeah.
is game idea 2A. The Watergate Hotel Simulator.
So the Watergate Hotel Simulator, you run the Watergate Hotel from the moment it was built to the moment it closes. Obviously trying to keep it open as long as possible. But for a while, like, I don't know how long the Watergate Hotel was open before the Watergate scandal happened. I don't even know if is the Watergate Hotel still around? Does it still exist?
I don't know, but like I'm concerned because when I looked up the Watergate scandal, it didn't say anything about the Watergate Hotel. So,
well, can you Google that while I tell you about my Watergate Hotel? Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna run the Watergate Hotel. You're gonna like customers are gonna come in. You're gonna like make sure their pillows are real nice. It's everybody's doing well. And then at one point,
it's a very nice hotel. It's still open.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
It's fancy as hell. I want to live there. Be like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, but the Watergate, not
Tipton. So you run the Watergate Hotel, and then it's a real nice hotel, as probably has been. And then at one point, the Watergate scandal happens, and I feel like you, as the person who runs the Watergate Hotel, have to figure out what you're doing in there. Maybe you try and prevent the Watergate scandal.
I've figured it out.
Maybe you try and make the Watergate scandal happen, because if it does happen, the rest of the game, you do get to enjoy people coming into your business going, hey, is this the Watergate? And then you're like, yeah. And then you're like, would you like to stay here? And they're like, no, I just want to see it. And then you're like, it is $30 to come in and say those words. And then you make money for people being assholes. And that's my Watergate.
The Watergate Hotel.
Yeah.
Is a part of a group of 6 buildings, 3 of which are apartments, 1 of which is the hotel, and 2 of which are office buildings. And one of the office buildings, the Watergate office building, the other office building is confusingly called Watergate 600. So there's 2 office buildings, but only one of them is called the office building. Anyway, the Watergate office building is where the Watergate scandal happened. The hotel was just like a neighbor, but it's a really nice hotel and it's still open.
So they weren't staying
Educational podcast today.
They were not staying at the Watergate Hotel?
No. Are you ready? Are we ready to launch into 2B?
Tell me about the Watergate scandal. Tell me everything you know about the Watergate.
So before I Googled it prior to the start of this podcast, when I saw Rachel's idea, I was like, the Watergate scandal, something about Nixon getting impeached. And somebody lied about some stuff. That's all I knew. That's it. And now I know slightly more. I Googled it. It was a break-in at the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee, the DNC headquarters, which was in the Watergate office building. In the Watergate complex, those 6 buildings that I talked about next to the hotel, nearby the hotel at least, there was a break-in by 5 dudes. And then the Nixon administration tried to cover it up, I guess. And then they found out that the Nixon man was involved. And then there were tapes. And they found out that Nixon was recording everything that happened in the Oval Office. And then he had to release the tapes to the world. And then the world listened to the tapes. And that's... Honestly, I don't even know what he was trying to hide or what they stole. I think it was like it's his re-election or something. They were stealing stuff out of the DNC for his re-election.
I feel like they were trying to find information about his opponents.
Yeah, sure.
I suddenly very much want a podcast to exist where you just tell
explain historical events.
Yes. I would very much like that to be a thing that exists in the world.
Next one.
Okay, so what is this? Are you Nixon? Are you trying to do the scandal? Do you have to get the 5 guys? Are you one of the 5 guys? Are you all of the 5 guys? Is it a multiplayer game where you are one of the 5 games?
You can play with 1 to 5 people.
Okay.
And you carry with you burgers and fries.
No.
Yes.
No.
You can't say 5 guys that many times. There are consequences.
We don't even have that chain in our homeland.
It is in my homeland.
Oh, you guys have it?
Yeah, get fucked. Northerner. Idiot.
Wow, mean.
Got him. Bryce lives in a town with a population of 300, so he thinks he doesn't know about cars and
I hear the movie's good.
space travel. You don't have TVs. Okay.
What's the game? Who's
Okay. Focus, Bryce.
Yeah.
God. Quit getting off track. So 1 to 5 of you, burgers and fries. You have to break into the DNC at night. Try not to leave any trace behind, or you get caught, and your boss, Nixon, gets impeached. And there's an extra bonus game afterwards about peaches. Somehow.
Okay. So okay, can this be like a heist game?
Yes, it's a heist game,
Yeah,
and you're
okay.
carrying armfuls of fries. And you're dropping them. You're dropping them behind you.
I don't want
You
that.
have a certain.
I don't want it. Please.
You have a certain amount of fries that you have to carry between the 5 of you. But you need hands to do stuff. And if one person carries all the fries, they're going to trail them behind you. And then one other person has to clean them up to destroy the evidence. There's going to be salt on the floor, and then you're going to have to vacuum. And then someone's going to notice if you vacuum.
So I feel like you can pick a heist. It's a multiplayer game, 5 players. It's like Apex. It's like Apex Legends, but heisting. And so you pick a class, and so you can be the hacker, or the smasher, or the
smacker.
or the guy who carries the fries, because there's goddamn fries.
There's 5 guys.
Yes, there's 5 guys. Like the brand of food where they make hamburgers. I'm
just hammering this one joke into this game. You can't escape it. So you might as well enjoy it.
And there's the escape artist. And there's the disguisery. Like the guy from the movie where he pretended
Master of Disguise.
where
Turtle Man.
He pretended to be a turtle. That's an option.
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? I watched that when I was 8. And that's all I remember.
I believe everybody has watched that movie once and only remembers that one scene.
It's impeccable. It's incredible.
Name any other thing that happened in that movie.
Turtle. No, there's that part at the end where he goes, I am the master of disguise. I am the master of disguise. Like he's celebrating because he's proud of himself. That's all I remember. That's the only other part I remember.
I think that movie was...
I'm going to put that on my soundboard.
I believe that movie would be slightly to majorly offensive today.
I don't remember any other part of it, so I can neither confirm nor deny.
I just have a feeling. that it would probably go that way.
You don't have to go back very far for things to have not aged well.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm gonna say that.
Don't listen to any of our episodes before like episode 10.
Well, I mean that's not true. I like episode 4, the last game. Do you know what episode 4 is?
No.
Take one goddamn guess, Bryce.
Party foul.
Foul play.
Oh, yeah.
God,
party
that's
foul
not
is
even the right chicken punk.
God.
You're fired.
Okay. Do you have what? Did you want to
I'm
do?
done.
Did you want to do anything with this, or is this just you telling us about
There's
Watergate?
fries. You break in, you steal the things, or you have to throw peaches at your own president. That's what happens if you succeed?
Okay.
What do you have to do to succeed? How do you play the game? Let's keep backing it up.
I tried to explore that. I really did try to explore that, but you did just keep talking about the goddamn fries. And then I just felt sad in my heart and was like, do I even want to? Do I want to anymore? Are their fries that good?
I don't know, because we're only eating there once.
Okay.
I don't.
How many guys were there?
5.
You sure? Do you count?
Yeah. One of them was a girl, but
Wow.
I mean, the guy is kind of gender neutral-ish.
I don't believe that's true.
Like, hey guys, gender neutral.
I used the term dude once and you laid into me about that.
No, dude as like an exclamation is gender neutral. Dude as a noun, like if you're saying that is a dude, that's fairly, masculine. Let's move on.
Have you not heard the classic Keenan and Kel, I think it was technically a Good Burger song, where the man sings, I'm a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes.
Let's move on. I have something I want to do besides this.
Okay, what is it, please?
There are 2 people that everyone here needs to thank. Because without them, we wouldn't have made such a great game just now. And their names are Aaron C. Long pause for effect. And Alex Weber.
The video editor, sound editor should put in some like applause clips right there after each.
Or just get wild with it. Here comes an air horn. That was an air horn.
Oh my God.
I almost think it's better if she doesn't put it in.
I think it would actually be better if there was no air horn there. What is this?
Aaron C. and Alex Weber are the best people in the whole world because without them, I would have given up already and I wouldn't have gotten to record this episode today after dark. If you want to help sustain this podcast, you can do that by going to patreon.com/lastgeek and you put your money in the vending machine and then out comes our gratitude. And you could be getting shout outs just like this. And there's tiers and stuff, but I mean, it's all there on the Patreon. You have to go there first. Just do it. Don't listen to me. Or listen to me. This is a podcast. Listen to me. Bryce, do you have a game idea?
Okay, this was actually submitted on Reddit by a person. I'm gonna look at it real quick because I just stole their idea and I completely forgot to credit them.
Unprofessional.
It was submitted by XX_crayons_XX, which I believe has submitted a game idea in the past that we...
Was that... Okay, first of all, crayons. Was that crayons with a Z or an S?
It was a S.
Okay.
It was with an S.
Sometimes people have Z's or S's at the end of their name, and you just have to... You have to explain.
Is it you? Are you the person?
I don't know. Maybe it was crayons.
Okay.
XX_crayons.
They submitted Mario Party Autochess. Everybody, every person is familiar with the Autochess genre. Where you
said auto chest. You can't expect me not to make a face.
Are you just gonna like be like, oh,
No.
there was a slight tinge to his wording, so it's a completely different thing. I'm gonna make it.
It was slightly citrus flavored.
Yes. Okay. So
A
Autochess.
tinge of jasmine.
Yep. Autochess is a video game genre where the characters do it themselves. They play you say, I would like you. You, sir, are on my team. It's like picking a dodgeball team, but you don't play the dodgeball. It's just the phase one where you're like a team captain, and that's it. And then you just hope that the kids you pick for your dodgeball team are real good at the dodgeball. And then sometimes you can pick 2 of the same kid, 3 of the same kid, and then
The triplets.
the triplets, the Amy's. If you get all the Amy's, then they'll combine into a super Amy, and they're real good at dodgeball.
Like Power Rangers.
Yep. They'll form the Megazord of Amy's. So that's Autochess. We explained that part. Beckers is going to explain Mario Party.
Okay. Mario Party is a game that you play with your friends, and that's why Bryce threw that one to me, because he doesn't have that experience. So
Does
it's a game.
does anybody ever notice that I am in general quite nice to Beckers, and I'm just, real friendly, and I'm real thankful for her cooperation and stuff, and there's kind of a different spirit on the other end of the call.
It's the circle of screaming. Have you heard of this concept?
No, please.
It was explained by Barney Stinson on How I Met Your Mother in season 2. I assume. So your boss. Okay, my boss's boss screams at my boss. My boss screams at me. He doesn't really. I'm just. It's go with it. It's part of How I Met Your Mother. And then I scream at Bryce because I'm Bryce's boss. And then Bryce will scream at Aaron. Then Aaron will scream at the children in the street. And then the children in the street will scream at their parents, which is my boss's boss. And then the circle of screaming continues.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is I have to scream at Bryce.
I don't think any of that's true. Mario Party, what is it? How is it done? Why is it done? Should it be done? Can it be stopped?
I don't know why that was so funny.
You would be surprised how often our listeners say that.
Probably. Oh God. Okay.
It's they shove the egg up their butt all over again.
God. See, you do remember it.
And how could I forget it?
Because I tell you that there's some of my episodes are our favorite, and that's one of them. It's in the best hits clip thing if you ever want to watch it on YouTube.
If this is like the first one you've ever listened to, Beckers will be very pleased if you go back to episode 4.
Yeah, it's episode 4. You can watch the best hits video too, because that also has Pain Deer Games, which is like pretty much as good, or maybe better. I don't know. It just depends.
It's almost if our greatest hits episode was our greatest
hits.
Yeah,
it's nuts. I never thought I'd have a greatest hits CD, but I do.
I mean, it's not a CD,
like Cher.
But okay.
Well, can we put it on CD?
Sure.
Can we put it on CD?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this later. I want a greatest hits CD. Like Cher.
Mario Party.
Actually, take the video. Take a picture. Take a picture. Take Cher's album cover art of her greatest hits CD and put my face on it, and where Cher's face is, and then that'll be my greatest hits CD.
Is it still
So Mario Party.
Is it still gonna have Cher's music on the CD? And just your face?
No, my greatest hits.
Okay.
But it'll be Cher's cover with my face where Cher's face is.
Okay.
But it'll still be Cher's body because she has amazing body for somebody who was 50 at the time.
Will it also have Cher's hair?
Yeah. I mean, it's a wig, so it's not her hair either.
Really?
Well, that particular one was a wig.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the drama of it. I'm pretty sure it was a long blonde, like platinum blonde wig.
Oh, I'm not familiar with this then.
It was not really her hair. It was. Did you know that people sometimes wear wigs for aesthetic or price?
No. I know that sometimes cost.
Mario Party is a game. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're going to have to rename our podcast to something else because we don't make games anymore. This game, Mario Party, is a game where you play as Mario or his friends and you go, and it's like a kind of a board game sort of deal, but it's like abstract. And you go along the tiles, and usually there's like different paths you can take. But the point is you collect coins and you collect stars, and the first person to a certain number of stars wins usually. And like along the way you play mini games, and if you win mini games, sometimes you get a star or coins or some shit. Sometimes people can knock you up and steal your coins and then leave you, and you won't pay their child support, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so I have played the latest Mario Party. That's the only Mario Party I've played. I know that in the Mario Party game, you can get allies, which will add another Mario character into your deal, and then suddenly Peach is there, and also you're Bowser, and wow, that's convenient that Peach is hanging out with Bowser. That happens a lot. Weird.
Wow.
I don't know why I brought that up. So you can collect more characters, almost like in an Autochess game where you're collecting all the characters and they're battling and all that stuff. I like Mario Party. Mario Party is a cool game. You're picking where to go, where all this stuff. But every once in a while, the video game says, hey, why don't you dodge this giant ball that's bouncing around the stage, and all you got to dodge it, and it's a whole thing. And what's cool is when you have an ally, sometimes the ally will be there dodging as well, and you can lose, but then your ally's there, he's dodging, and maybe he wins. He wins it. So I'm thinking, what if it's just the allies? You're just saying, hey, I'm picking Bowser, and that's just my starting team guy. And then you're trying to get more allies, and then if you get more Bowsers, then you can get Super Bowser, Mega Bowser.
Zoid Bowser.
What?
Zoid Bowser.
Zoid?
Mecha Zoid Power Ranger.
Oh, yeah. Zoid. Zord? Zordon.
Klingon.
Okay. And then they play the mini games for you. That's all I actually had. It was nothing. It was just, what if the game played itself?
Why are you always right about things from the 90s? It's Sword. I thought it was Zoid.
My imaginary friend when I was a child was the little robot. And I don't remember his name, but I remember that I would pretend that he was in school with me. And that was the person who wanted to be my friend, because none of the other kids signed up for that opportunity. I did hang sign-up sheets, and no one signed up.
You told me you just got on my case for making fun of you, and then you put that out there. Like, that's... Like, what do you want from me?
Will you sign up? I'd still have it.
I gotta go to the dentist that day.
Do you have a game idea?
I do.
Okay.
So, I need to give the people some context.
I feel like
She's already giggling.
I feel like if you just said those words, people would not take it the way that I think you mean. If
All right, okay.
No, I want to paint some pictures. I want you to imagine some things. This game wins. This is the name of the episode, and people are like, see, Game Make Corp episode 50, this title, and they're like, wait, what? And they're like, it's a Becker's game idea, and they're like, huh? But it's not. It's not that. It's not what everyone would think based on what would be the thing. Instead, you're gonna say something else. Please go. What is the words?
This game is gonna be called This Is My Baby. And I just want to say that I don't get what Bryce is cackling about. And I feel dumb.
Okay, so actually, I want to make it. Originally, the thing I was pointing out was the fact that people are going to think that you have a baby now. Obviously, not a literal baby, because you are a human that is capable of that ability. You know, reproduction. But you wouldn't mean that. But then I just came up, because the way you said, "This is my baby." I came up with the concept of just going around and claiming things are your baby, as in like
that was what I was gonna do. Oh, that was gonna be a game. Now everybody's gonna think it was your idea, and it's not. That was my whole plan. That was the whole game. I hadn't even gotten to say anything yet.
And then you'd go into the bank and say, "This is my baby," and then there would be the money, and then it'd be like, "I need to take my baby home."
That's one direction it could go. Okay, but this is the context for the game. This is why I came up with it.
Okay.
Before the podcast started, I was coming up with what game ideas I was gonna do today. And I was holding my cat, and instead of doing what I was supposed to be doing, I was holding my cat, and I was saying, "This is my baby," because he's my baby. And I was holding him, I was rocking him. I said, "This is my baby," for the 8th time. And Bryce said, "Is that your game idea?" And I said, "Yeah." And now it's my game idea.
I would love to.
He stole my thunder because I had a good idea for it.
I would love to know the amount of game ideas that you have made to spite me.
From spite? Yeah. A lot, actually. A lot. I don't know. A lot of them turn out to be like my favorite ideas, though.
I think you just like really lay into them of like, this is to spite Bryce. It's gonna be great. I don't care. I'm gonna fucking keep going till it's something. This is gonna be the podcast. It's gonna be the name of the podcast. It's gonna be called "Bryce Was Wrong About This."
Well, I mean, sure.
Okay. So, what was your concept?
My concept that I came up with was this game's called This Is My Baby, and you have to walk around, and the game is going to select something that will become your baby, and then you have to take care of it, and you have to parent it. I'm trying to avoid saying mother it because I'm a female, and I'm trying to be inclusive of people who are not.
Okay.
Because this game isn't just for the female. Okay, so you're gonna parent it, whatever it is.
Okay.
So you're walking around. So like scene, right? Scene. Let's lay the scene. You're walking downtown. You're making your way downtown, walking fast, fast, and you see someone else's kid.
Okay.
And then you go, "Oh, this is my baby." And you take it. and you parent it.
I feel like you were about to say a different word.
I was going to say mother it. I'm trying to smother the reflex.
See, I don't...
Well, that's just like the beginning, though. That's just like tutorial level, right?
Okay.
And then next time, it's going to be a stapler.
Okay. I feel like taking care of a stapler would be easier than taking care of someone else's child. I feel like there would be challenges involved with someone else's child.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's back it up. Let's say you go to SeaWorld.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an orca, and you go, oh, that's my baby. What now, Bryce?
Then you parent it.
How are you going to fit it into your car, Bryce? How are you going to get it home? And mother it. Parent it.
You start a college fund. That should be step number 1 of having kids. Start college fund.
Why would you assume that they're going to college?
Because you want them to
Maybe they want to go to a trade school.
You want them.
Maybe they want to be a pop singer.
Then
Maybe they're Billie Eilish, the orca.
Okay.
Maybe they're Whaley Irish.
I mean, we don't know that Billie Eilish isn't going to college.
And we don't know that Billie Eilish isn't an orca.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's on you.
Yeah, so start a college fund and then make sure they don't do drugs. That's
hey.
That's gonna be
wow, we have vastly different parenting styles.
Both easy and difficult.
I would do drugs with my kids.
Okay. I mean,
so then they become lame and then they don't want to do drugs.
You could
big brain.
You could
big brain, expanding brain.
You could be like, I know all the drugs. You can tell them sweet ones. Oh, you guys are on. You guys are smoking the doobies. No, man, that's like starting stuff. Hold on, let me tell you the real stuff.
That's just the gateway. But oh wait, got it.
God. Yeah. So, I don't like it.
Drugs?
No, your game idea.
Wow. What are we going to do? Because I didn't like anything we did today. Well, we're not done with this, okay? This can be salvaged. This is my baby.
Okay.
Let's back it up. This game is called This Is My Baby.
Okay.
You are instead a man.
Okay. I'm glad. Oh, okay.
You're a sperm donor. No! You're a sperm donor.
I like how you said the same thing, but the second time it was with excitement, so that's different.
Yes, because I didn't realize what I landed on the first time. No, you're a sperm donor.
Okay.
You play as a sperm donor.
Mm-hmm.
And you find everybody that used your sperm, and there are many. And you go to their houses, and you tell them, this is my baby. And I don't know what else, but I got a good start. Back to you, Bryce.
There have been 2 movies in which a sperm donor... Well, technically one is a remake of the other. In which a guy did a whole bunch of sperm donations, and then the kids that were made from his sperm are like, it would be real cool to have a dad. So they get together and they find the dad, and except the dad finds them first, because
he says, "This is my baby."
I mean, at the start, he's just like, they were just paying me money. I wasn't like, I just wanted money for my, like, they gave me porn and
don't you dare get crass.
And then it turns out that the kids have like Oh,
Faces
yeah.
and toes.
Uh-huh. Most of them. And they also have like problems. And then they're like, oh, well, if I was your dad, I'd throw a ball with you. Hey, look, I've got a ball right here. I'm not
So
your
you're
dad.
a sperm donor.
Yeah, sure.
I have an idea now.
Okay.
Thank you for filling in time with nonsense while I was coming up with. I'm so mean. That was too mean.
What? Wait. Hold up, back up, retreat. Of all the things that you've said to me, this podcast, you feel like that was the thing that was too mean?
Well, now I'm hyper aware of it ever since you said I was too mean to you. So
I just pointed out that we have a different dynamic towards each other. I think is okay. Tell me your thing. I'm gonna look up the name of the movie.
you play as a sperm donor, and God, I had it. And then we had that discussion. Fuck, I can't lose it now. Okay, you play as a sperm donor, and the reason you became a sperm donor is because you're trying to raise an army. And the only way you can think of to make people be loyal to you is if they have some kind of blood relation, because you're not that cool. You're just like a regular person and you want to raise an army. So you do a whole bunch of sperm donations. And the whole point of the game is that you have to take all of your children that you've created half of back. You go to that house and this is your baby, so you have to like kidnap them, and then you explain like that they were created for a purpose and it was to be in your army. And what are you gonna fight? That's right,
Dragons.
You alone know of the alien threat coming in from beneath the Earth's crust, because plot twist, they've been there all along. They're just getting ready to burst out of the Earth's crust like a zit. That's how they're gonna come out.
They're not aliens if they live in the Earth.
They were originally aliens, and then they crash landed on our planet with that big meteor that killed the dinosaurs, and they burrowed under the Earth's crust, and they've been breeding under there, getting stronger, but their lifespans are way longer than humans, so it takes a lot longer for them to breed. So they are finally getting enough aliens to fight and wipe out the people on the planet crust, because this Earth ain't big enough for the two of us. That's what they're gonna say. And that's what it's about. And you alone are creating this baby army. You didn't tell anybody else about the alien threat because it didn't occur to you.
Vince Vaughn has made a lot of movies.
I'm pouring my heart out here. I am trying so hard to make something out of this.
I wasn't listening to most of what you said because it all sounded bad. There was
wow.
It's my turn to be the mean one.
Would you prefer there be squids?
Kind of. At least it would make more sense. But the remake.
You were a squid sperm donor.
The remake stars Vince Vaughn, and it's called Delivery Man, which is a weird name. Because,
he delivers babies.
But it doesn't make sense because he didn't deliver the babies. He does.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that thing where it's like, hey, he looks like the milkman when you talk about your kid.
Well,
not looking like the father. They look like the delivery guy instead.
Yeah,
you're a delivery guy.
Yeah, I think he plays a delivery guy in the movie, and also he has over 500 kids from the thing, and over 100 of them.
Because he delivers
sperm to the sperm.
He delivers sperm.
Clinic. I remember it being all right.
What?
That's my movie recommendation of Game Make Corp. Delivery Man. It was fine.
After Dark.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a new game idea.
Good.
We don't do this normally. And
Let's make it a quick one.
And I actually don't. I'm actually looking at the list right now because it's nothing. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Do you not have a new game idea?
No, I don't have one, and I'm actually going to find one as we speak.
Let's not name this. I have an idea.
Okay.
Instead of naming this particular episode after a game,
Mm-hmm.
let's just call it Game Make Corp After Dark.
But next episode, we have to say the words last time we made.
No, we don't. We don't have to say that. It's fine.
It's a tradition.
No one's gonna die. No one's gonna die. It'll be fine. Just this once. And then everyone's gonna be like, ooh, a themed episode. How kooky and original. And I love how that is.
Beckers, can I make a game idea in which you have to use the powers of the Death Note to make a team of superheroes that prevent people from dying. You have to defeat death using the Death Note. You have to kill death. Can you do that? Can you write? Well, I guess you'd have to know what death looks like.
I'm pretty sure that there was something about they covered this because death wasn't a single person, but there were different death gods.
Okay.
And I think they covered that writing a death god's name in the notebook didn't work.
Okay, so then fine. That's fine. We're gonna make it so
we were gonna do that anyway. That was dumb. We weren't gonna do that. That's fine.
Yeah. The original plan is make a team with superheroes that makes it so people don't die. And guy
After Dark.
You're gonna make so you have to come up with how to use your Death Note to save the world. It's Death Note for peace. It's the name of the game. And so you have to
to be clear, you're not going to use the Death Note to kill criminals because that's a slippery slope towards insanity and being judge, jury, and executioner or whatever. Superman can't kill people because etc.
At no point does you ever kill anyone using the powers of the Death Note. And in fact, I don't think using the whole thing, like the superheroes you make are Superman-esque, even Batman-esque. Batman's, into some weird stuff, but he claims he doesn't kill people. I actually had I actually came up with this earlier.
That's okay.
So I had the theory that, how Batman doesn't kill people? I had the theory that he actually had a monster in the basement style house, and that he wasn't killing them. He was just bringing them back to his place for the monster to eat them, and that's how he has all this stuff. How he's so rich is because he's beating up people and taking them to the monster.
Batman not killing people is kind of like not true. I watched a Batman recently.
Okay.
That was an animated Batman. And he was on a train, and I don't know who he was on the train with. It was some guy that was a villain. It was the Joker. I don't freaking know. I don't think it was him, but
Two-Face.
It was somebody.
Sandman. Penguin.
And the train was being derailed, and it was crashing into the ground, and it was exploding. Like, that was what was going to happen. Batman shot a grappling hook out, and he was like, fuck you. And he flew out of the train, and the train crashed to the ground with the bad guy in there.
But he didn't kill him. The train killed him.
I mean, Batman pretty much killed him. Like, Superman wouldn't have left him in there. He pretty much killed him.
Batman doesn't kill people. He doesn't stop people from dying.
If a doctor unplugs life support, he doesn't kill him. He just isn't helping him.
I mean,
sorta.
That's different. Because you're actively, you unplugged it. If you saw someone choking and you just didn't do anything, then you didn't kill them, you just let it happen. That's different.
It's like if someone was having an asthma attack and you had their inhaler in your hand, you already did from before the asthma tag.
Because
and
you
they
stole
couldn't
it.
get to it. They were sitting on the ground wheezing, and they couldn't reach the inhaler, and you just stood there and then like left with the inhaler. I mean, you didn't kill them, but you're responsible for their death.
Okay,
much.
I want to make a team of superheroes using the Death Note, and I feel like this all involves writing deaths in there for cool people. You have to make sure that people are real cool. You can't give anybody superpowers who are, it turns out they are a real mean boy. And then you'd be like, oh, he's got that super strength, and now he's a mean boy, and now you lost the game because you made a mean boy super strong. And then you got to make a new one because you can't then kill I think if you wrote a death in, then you can't. Can you erase? Can you erase things in the Death Note? Be like, no, actually, I wanted him to die from farting too much. I know I wrote like choking on hot dogs, but then I came up with farting too much. Well, doesn't matter. So you got to come up with. I think you write in dies from being super strong and living 100 years and being super cool. And then you'd be like, dies after curing death and stuff. And you're trying to save all the people by using your Death Note abilities. Except at some point, Mr. Death God, I've never seen Death Note. I'm making it all up.
There's multiple death gods.
All the death gods come down. They're like, we gave you this book because we wanted you to do some sick moves. We want you to Death Note all over the place. We want you to write all the names in there. Just picture all the people and write their names. It was going to be so sweet. And now you're writing things in there like Jimmy Neutron is now invulnerable to poison. And how that's not what we made this book for. And so
that doesn't work.
So the final stage of the game is this team of superheroes that you created needs to fight death once and for all. Yes.
There's multiple.
Yes, but they're the death team. They're on the it's and as all great competitions go, it is a game of basketball.
Why does it always come back to Space Jam?
Beckers, can this be the game?
Yeah. What's it called?
No, I don't know. I want
Jam.
There we go. Fine. Yep. Love it. Let's do it. Death Jam it is.
Hey, I'm Beckers. Dr. Beckers on Twitch and Twitter. One of them has a Z, one of them doesn't. Surprise me. And Bryce?
Last Geek on Twitter, Last Geek Plays on Twitch, Last Geek Plays on Instagram, and
oh my god, wrap it up.
And lastgeek.com for all the great content. We love you. We love everyone who supports the show.
We're a happy family.
And
with a great big hug.
And never record
a kiss from me to you.
Podcast after midnight. Everybody,
After Dark.
Thank you for listening to Game Make Corp After Dark. And remember, have fun.